face everybody.
I will. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Venashuva, Venashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem, Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Venashuva, Venashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem. Just want to point out that all three of these parts go at the same time, so you can pick any part and it'll all go together. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Hashivenu, Shivenu, Adonai Elecha, Shuva, Venashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem. Everybody, Chadesh, 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 Yameinu Kekedem.
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos to everyone. You may be wondering why Gordon spontaneously blew the shofar tonight. It must be Passover, right? Not quite, but there is a tradition in Judaism of blowing the shofar every day during the month of Elul, which is the month that precedes the month of Tishrei. And what holidays happen in the month of Tishrei? Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the Jewish New Year and the Day of Atonement. So we are nodding to the days of awe and to the month of Elul by blowing the shofar. Thank you, Gordon. He's going to be doing an entire shofar service on Rosh Hashanah morning, so this is practice for him as well. And his song, Hashivenu, is also very much in the spirit of the month of Elul. The month of Elul is a time for reflection, for renewal. That's why we're observing Slichot tomorrow night. You'll hear more about that in the announcements. But I would say in this time of political violence in this country, we need renewal. We need transformation. We need to become better people and build a better country. And so hopefully, at least in the Jewish community, we can use this month of Elul, this Shabbat, and also these days of awe to help us become better, to help our communities become better, and to help our country become healthier and more peaceful. So we're celebrating not only Shabbat tonight, but the installation of this year's new board. So later on tonight, I'll be calling up all of the board members who are present, both new ones who just started a few months ago and those who've been on for a year or more already. And you'll get to meet them in person. So keep keep an eye out for later on. But we're going to start now by having Catherine Goldman come up to light our Shabbat candles. Catherine wrote a poem very recently as about a month ago, that she's going to read a little bit later in the service. But she's going to start by lighting our candles, and if you want to follow the blessing, it's on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. We're going to continue on page 142 with a singing of Shalom Aleichem. And as I said earlier, at this time of division and antipathy in this country, let's sing a song about peace and about wholeness and about unity, and that is Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nine Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sechem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
The Chatzi Kaddish is on page 144.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlik malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayet echol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach le'olam u'lol me'almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal Shemir Kudusha Barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiron bi'alma ve'imeru amen.
We continue with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, on page 146. If you are able, please rise.
Lai la la lai la lai la lai lai. Lai la la lai la 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 lai lai. Lai la lai 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 la lai lai lai. Lai la la lai 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 la lai lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la la lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch mevorach le'olam va'ed. Mevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please turn to page 149 and join me at the top of the page. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
This is a melody we will be doing also for high holidays. The Shema, we've done it a couple times, but I want you to become familiar with it. Some of you will know it and can sing the counter melody. This also goes at the same time, the Hebrew and the English. Hear, O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one. Hear, O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You can keep singing that. Hear, O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one.
Please be seated.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lektecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkaru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 157 at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi Chamocha is on page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, oseh vele, malechutecha ra'u v'necha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli anu ve'amru Adonai imlo le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, nora tehilo, oseh vele.
Page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light, Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We continue now with the Amidah on page 164. And once again, if you are able, please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Koneh Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei v'Nehem, L'ma'an Shemo b'Yahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Morid atah, Mechakel chayim b'chesed, Mechayeh hakol b'rachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim. Umikayem emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'gavurot umidom melach melech memit umechayeh umatmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah hachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'kol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Today, I need to immerse myself in the elixir of your faith and hope. In the quiet dawn, lead me on a walk in the company of sparrows. Teach me to notice how flowers still smell of the summer night, each blossom holding a flask of fragrance. Help me find the sacred in the ordinary, to lean in close and listen to the soft hum of bees, as if every small thing is a mystery of the universe. Show me how gentle rivers lift burdens with the grace of the heron in flight, and how to lie back until I am inside of clouds, breathing with the wind. And when day slips into twilight, guide me in gathering the stars. Remind me to cherish the simple miracle of being alive.
Thank you, Catherine. That was beautiful. Thank you. At this point in our service, we pause to think of those in need of healing on this Shabbat, healing of body, healing of spirit, and healing of heart. And we ask God to bestow the bracha, the blessing of refuah shlema, full and complete healing to the following men and women from our congregation or those known and loved by our community. Ilana Massey, Kevin Brackett, Kirk Whitlatch, Kathy Rado, Aaron Ledden, Rachel Sadek, Michaela Cohen, Tracy Adams, Joan Wilmert, Kim Stevens, Don Copeland, Nancy Pollock, Pat Shapiro, Denise Robinson, Rachel Friedman, Paula Schwartz-Purville, Marty Spitz, Judy Feiner, Angel Lozano, Megan Kirschbaum, Alianza Chavez, Ralph Garber, Aharon Yitzhak, Ellen Elson, David Margulies, Donna Mendelson, Brooks Painter, Harriet Lehman, Kathleen Conry, Melvin Goldstein, Sherry Levson, Robert Solomon, Mark Odenweller, Nancy Berman Brown, Rudy Zeidler, and Avram Yisrael Ben Shmuel Levy. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add to this list, I invite you to share it with us.
Mark and Dana Dannon and Sandy Goldstein.
The Misha Barak prayer is on page 511.
We often do the version that's in the center of the page. The words are going to be corresponding more with the paragraph at the top of page 511 or 371. Mi sheberach avotenu, mi sheberach imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu yivarech et hacholim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Yimalea, Rachamim Alehem, Lehachaliman Ulrapotam, Ulehachazikam, Ulhazikam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mi sheberach avotenu, mi sheberach imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos again, and a special Shabbat Shalom to those of you who are visiting, or those of you who are new to our community, or those we just haven't seen for a little while. We're happy you're here with us tonight. As I mentioned earlier, we are in the month of Elul, which is the last month in the Hebrew calendar. So we are toward the end of this year, the year 5785 in Judaism. And that means we're also near the very end of the Torah readings for this year. So it's not a surprise that the Torah portion for this particular Shabbat is one of the very last in the entire 5 books of Moses. It's called Ki Tavo, and it occurs toward the very end of the book of Deuteronomy. And at this point, near the end of the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, the Israelites stand at the very threshold, the cusp of the Promised Land. Along with the elders of the community, Moses instructs the people to create a special dedication ceremony once they have crossed over the Jordan River. Now, part of that ceremony involves the public proclamation of blessings and curses, the consequences that will befall the 12 tribes of Israel depending on their fidelity, their obedience to the laws and the rules of the Brit, of the covenant. These pronouncements occur in northern Israel on Mount Gerizim and Mount Erbal, which I think is in the West Bank near the city of Nablus. Does that sound about right, Effie? Okay, near Nablus. So these mountains still exist. As the people gather on and around these 2 mountains, some of the curses that they hear are quite grotesque. So listen to some of them. The Lord will strike you with consumption, fever, and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew. They shall hound you until you perish. And then here's another one. Your carcasses shall become food for all the birds of the sky and all the beasts of the earth, with none to frighten them off. The Lord will strike you with the Egyptian inflammation. I don't know if we have any doctors here. I guess there was a thing called Egyptian inflammation. With hemorrhoids, boil scars, and itch from which you shall never recover. Pretty graphic. And one more. The Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and dismay. You shall grope at noon as the blind grope in the dark. You shall not prosper in your ventures. You shall be constantly abused and robbed, with none to give help. These are some pretty harsh punishments, to say the least. Now, to many of us, certainly today, these curses in Ki Tavo, in this Torah portion, seem disturbing and primitive, a reflection maybe of an ancient mindset that directly linked our actions with divine reward and punishment. Most of us today in 2025, and probably for quite a long time, don't believe anymore in a God who rewards us for meritorious behavior or who punishes us for our misdeeds. We know all too well that life is much more complicated than that, that bad things do sometimes happen to good people, and that the wicked do sometimes prosper. Similarly, many Jews in our time have doubts about the idea of petitionary prayer, the notion that if we are deserving, God will answer our prayers and fulfill our personal requests. While there are some people who do pray for health, wealth, love, good grades, or even hitting a home run, it is dubious as to how many really believe they will receive a direct, positive response to their petitions. It is hard for me as a rabbi to fathom a God who works in such a mechanistic way, like a cosmic Pez dispenser. I think it is perhaps best to simply reject the idea that God has any connection whatever to reward and punishment, whatever good or bad we experience in our lives. And yet, it is still possible that our behavior can affect our destiny. And it makes sense that prayer can make a difference in our lives. Our actions have consequences. And even if God does not punish or reward us in a direct way, as described in the Torah, we can and often do reward and punish ourselves. When we act with compassion and virtue, when we pay it forward, we can reap riches down the road, an immense sense of satisfaction. Likewise, when we act toward others poorly or in an injurious way, we often harm ourselves in the process. We damage our reputations, our standing in the community, the willingness of others to be in a relationship with us, whether personal or professional. And prayer is not only about asking for things, it is also about expressing gratitude, showing praise, conveying a sense of awe and reverence. Prayer can connect us with God, but it can also put us in touch with important aspects of ourselves, our characters, and even our souls. And I think this is especially true during the days of awe. So look at the liturgy in the weeks ahead, and I think you'll see that idea. So in these ways, we can reinterpret the ideas of reward and punishment, of blessings and curses, so that they no longer seem primitive or irrelevant. We can take ancient concepts and reimagine them in new ways that we find meaningful and applicable to our lives. When we do that, we breathe new life into Judaism, and we keep it alive for the next generation. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. We are going to continue now with the Aleinu prayer on page 586. So again, if you are able, I ask you to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. So as most of you know, and as I mentioned at the outset of services, we are installing our new CBS board tonight. Some of our new board have been on the board previously. They're finishing out their term, and others have just started earlier this summer. And these men and women here at Congregation Beth Shalom are largely responsible for the direction of our community, our religious direction, our educational direction, our financial direction. And as such, they are so important to the health and well-being of everything we're trying to do here at CBS. I could not do my job without our board. Gordon and Mara would not be able to do their jobs without our board. And none of you, I think, would be able to benefit from the programs and services and special events that we do here at CBS. So I would like to call up the board members who are here. Not every single one is here, but a large number are. So we'll start with Michael Shevlin. Why don't you come up? I'll start on this side and I'll work my way over to this side. Any board members here? No? So we'll call up Amy Hall, Cynthia Cohen, our president, Eve Kahn, Naomi Petrick, and Robin Stern, and past president, Roberta Solomon, and our treasurer, Scott Brown. And why don't you just stand right up here? Just right here. Now, a couple of you I told ahead of time, a couple of you this will be a surprise to, but I would love you just to introduce yourself to our community, just mention how long you've been connected to CBS, and one goal you have, during your time on the board.
Thank you, Rabbi. Michael Shevlin. My wife Lauren and I have been members here for 18 years, something like that, 18 or 20 years, something like that. New board member, just a couple months. I'm hoping to make a little bit of a difference in the educational program that CBS offers.
Hi, everyone. Cynthia Cohen. So I'm a previous board member. I've been a member for 4 years of the synagogue, and as far as goals, I'll get to the immediate goals in my position on the fundraising committee, and that's to have 2 successful events, one coming up in February and another later in the spring.
I'm Amy Hall. I've been a member 2 years plus-ish, and I'm all about communications, so that's my jam. Well, like the new website, that's one of my projects, and I have many more that I look forward to coordinating with Mara on, because she's awesome, and we're a great team. Go, Mara.
Hi, I'm Eve Kahn. I've been a member of the congregation for, I'd say maybe 10, 15 years. I was on the board previously and was approached to become president, which seemed to be a big mountain in front of me, but I like challenges. I want to see us thrive. I want to see us look in different directions, bring in new people that maybe didn't know about us or didn't feel comfortable. But I have to compliment that my board is wonderful. They're inquisitive, they're interested, they're engaged. They make my job easy.
Hi, I'm Naomi Petrick. I have been a member, I think, since 2015. I don't really remember what I did yesterday, so I think that's that's the timing. I've been on the board since 2022, so this is my second term. And selfishly, I agreed to it because Mark asked me, and you can't say no to Mark. But it was really just to kind of show my son, create a better community for my son and make him feel that this was his place. I wanted him to be connected to his Judaism, to his heritage. And then I think for my long-term goals, that still sticks for me, even though he's now a bar mitzvah, he's had his bar mitzvah, he still comes back, but is to continue to stay connected to the kids because they're so important. They're more important than any of us, quite frankly, because they're gonna keep us going in the future. And so I still spend Sundays, most Sundays, helping out at the religious school. So that's what I do.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Roberta Solomon. I am the past president, so I am just here to help everybody along. That's my job. So anyway, we joined actually back in 2016, I think it was. So we've been a member since then, and I think I was put on the ritual committee almost immediately, and I've been on the board since 2020, and it's time for new people. That means all of you.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Robin Stern. This is my second time being on the board. I was on the board previously for 2 terms at an earlier time when we had Rabbi Beisel, and our goal was to become a more welcoming congregation. That was my goal at that time, and I feel we've accomplished that goal. And so I came back on the board because my work life is winding down, and my community life is, I won't say winding up because I've been involved all along, but I want to spend more of my life toward this congregation.
Hi, I'm Scott Brown. I've been a member for about 3 years with Bonnie. I'm the treasurer. Who knew adding 2 and 2 and debits and credits would be so controversial? But my goal is to keep the place financially sound, which so far it is, and I intend to keep it that way.
I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you for stepping up. I think we all know this is a time where the Jewish community, both here and around the world, is facing lots of challenges. So to step up as leaders to help guide and direct this particular community here in Napa takes courage, it takes commitment and devotion, and I am so grateful that you have stepped up. Any compliments, any suggestions, or any complaints that you might, it is a synagogue, right? So there will probably be some complaints. Any of those can be directed to the board or to me. But we are so lucky to have you guiding us. Those of you who just joined a few months ago, you've already had impact on this community in ways large and small, and I'm just so grateful. So I would like to offer a blessing from our tradition to each and every one of you as an expression of appreciation. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you and grant each and every one of you peace. And let us all say, Amen. Thank you. Mazel tov. Cynthia, you get to stay up here because you're doing announcements.
Thank you. Okay. Rabbi Goldstein will be leading Torah study on Saturday, September 20th at 10:30 a.m. The Education Committee is making a comeback with Shira Lubliner at the helm. Any interested members with interest in children, teens, parents, or young adults, or lifelong learning, and you would like to be on the committee, please email the office or contact Shira. Join us for a pre-holiday challah bake on Sunday, September 21st at 11 a.m. You can register online. Torah Yoga is back, led by CBS's own board member, Amy Hall. Chair Yoga will be held in the Social Hall on September 16th at 1 p.m. Soul Sisters will kick off their book club season with a discussion about Parallel Lines, written by Ruth Eglash on Tuesday, September 16th at 10:30. There will be a meeting of the Board of Trustees on Tuesday night, September 16th. For our Shabbos regulars, just a quick heads up, on September 26th, we'll be having a small sweet oneg in the lobby following services. Think, grab a sweet treat on your way to dinner rather than our usual full-blown onegs. So that's September 26th, smaller oneg. Baked goods, not wine, are needed. Help our onegs to be even sweeter by contributing freezable baked goods. Please clearly mark if your baked goods contain nuts or happen to be gluten-free. We like things like cookies, bars, loaves, bundt cakes, brownies. Baklava. Regarding the high holiday services, this is an edited version, but it is very important, and there are a lot of components to the high holiday services. So, Slichot services, including Havdalah poems and a guided meditation by Stuart Eisendorf, will be at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Okay, great. Erev Rosh Hashanah services will be at 7 p.m. on Monday, September 22nd. Rosh Hashanah services will be held on Tuesday, September 23rd, with Tashlich at Kennedy Park happening at 4 p.m. Kavar Avot will take place at Ner Tamid on Sunday, September 26th at 11. Kol Nidre services will start at 7 p.m. on October 1st, with Yom Kippur services being held on Thursday, October 2nd. Help build our sukkah on Sunday, October 5th, during religious school. Celebrate Sukkot with Pizza in the Hut at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, October 8th, followed by youth group, and registration is required for that event. Sukkot Shabbat Potluck service will be held at Hagafen Winery on Friday, October 10th. Join us for Scotch and Steak in the Sukkah on Saturday, October 11th. We'll be serving a steak dinner following a Scotch and whiskey tasting led by a local importer and including whiskey from Israel. Registration also required for that event. Commemorate October 7th on October 15th with a guest speaker talking about the history of...
It's on October 7th.
It's on October
Yeah,
7th,
it's on
that makes sense. Commemorate October 7th on October 7th with a guest speaker talking about the history of Israel at 7 p.m.
One more thing, sorry. This is a very new program, October 7th at 7, and the guest speaker is going to be Effie Lubliner.
Effie, stand up.
He's shy.
He has a shy side, but he won't be shy that night. And I know he'll do a deep dive exploration into the history of Israel. The most recent CBS newsletter with information on all temple events is available on the new and improved CBS website, and a flyer for the upcoming events can be found in the lobby as well. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by Kathleen Conroy in honor of the installation of the Board of Trustees. We'd like to give a warm welcome, of course, as we always do, for birthdays and anniversaries. So, happy birthday to Tama Edelman, to Dahlia Aronson Lopez, to Jennifer Walker and Lauren Goldstein, to Tricia Florsheim, Wendy Zitter, and David Williams, and in the anniversary area to Jan and Tom Sabo, and to Joel and Alyssa Samrick. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. As we near the end of our service, our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, those who have departed this earth both recently and in seasons past, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We remember those who have died during the past 12 months. Michael Blend, Renee Marer, William Powell Hudson, David Folkman, David Ash, Diane Gallagher, Elizabeth Foster, Diane Rado Persile, Lynn Posner, Sherry Bibas, Ariel Bibas, Kafir Bibas, Sharon Meyer Fuller, Wolfgang Schechter, Itzhak Algarat, Tzachi Idan, Ohad Yachalomi, Shlomo Mansour, Oded Lifshitz, Fran Dannon, Yvette Abitan, Barbara Gardner, Mark Reisman, Muriel Mickey Koppel, Joel Cohen, Ilana Goldman, Susie Frischman, Judy Lynn, Claude Rua, Alan Jerome Simon, Donna Schechter, Carolyn Goldman, and Milo Ben Yona V'Yeshua. We also mark and honor the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of James Cullen Hafey Jr., Grace Becker, Louis Kamer, Harvey Gardner, Elsie Balinson, Marion S. Lehman, Sylvia Galler, William Isidore Teller, Donald David, Helen S. Wine, Eric L. Cochran, Elizabeth Berman Brown, and Patricia Maxine Ortola. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add, I invite you to share it with us. Bill Weeks. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, b'alma divrach chayotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomachon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yeh shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'l'mei maya, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitramam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalal, Shmei de Kudsha, Barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush b'chata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all those in mourning and comfort to all those who are bereaved, and let us all say amen. Please be seated. We turn now to our final song, and then after that we'll have Kiddush and Motzi, and then the oneg that is waiting for us.
Page 598, right at the end. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom bimroma, Uya say shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'imru, amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Please rise for the Kiddush. Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen.
L'chaim. And for the Motzi, let's do the custom I've been trying to revive and ask you to please reach forward or next to you, to whoever's near you. And as we touch one another and work our way up here to the challah, as we bless the challah, we also bless each other.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shabbat.